Great. SustainedGreen.com. Okay. Good to see you, Arthur. You're visiting from New York, you said?
I am.
And you've got a great idea, it sounds like.
Yes, I'm the founder of Sustained Green, and we have the only biodegradable credit card that reduces your carbon footprint while funding rainforest preservation.
Interesting.
It's a unique offering, and it's a way that you can take something that you probably use every day and do every day, which is take out a credit card and buy something, and turn it into an act for good. Don't use the credit card that you have in your wallet, which maybe only supports a big money center bank. Maybe it doesn't align with your values, and you can swap it out for a credit card that actually does something good for the planet, something you can feel good about. So we formed this credit card working with a couple of major not-for-profits. One of them is the American Carbon Registry, which is the largest not-for-profit carbon registry in the United States. The other is Windrock International, which is a global not-for-profit focused on market-based environmental solutions.
Where are they based? Where are those?
They're based in the Virginia area.
Okay, so closer to DC.
Closer to DC, exactly. And they share our commitment to trying to find market-based solutions to environmental problems. And the idea behind the credit card is that millions of people can take a small everyday action, and it all adds up to a tremendous change. So let's start with the fact that our credit card is biodegradable. This is what the basic credit card looks like. Would have
Same format as
anything else, but every name on it's just as thick. You wouldn't know it was biodegradable. Why is this important? Because roughly 500 million credit cards end up in dumps every year. And Commerce Bank, the bank that issues this credit card through our program, is the only bank right now in the United States that's issuing a biodegradable credit card. Why? It costs a little more money. Consumers have to show that they care, that they want their banks to get cards like this. So that's the first reason you want to have a card, like this. It's biodegradable. The second reason is everybody's worried about climate change, and if they're not worried about it, they should be worried about it. So what individual action can you do? There's certain things you can do with your lifestyle. Maybe you start using refillable water containers, you use canvas bags, go into the grocery store, maybe you bike some more and drive less. But there's only so much an individual can do. By using our card, you can significantly reduce your carbon footprint. So the first thing that you can do, you get the card, first time you use it, we reduce your carbon footprint by about 5,000 pounds. That's like taking a car off the road for 6 months. Then every time you buy something, we eliminate another 2 pounds for every dollar you spend. If you spend enough, you hit certain bonus tiers, where we'll reduce even more carbon on your behalf. Because we want to be generous if you're using our card and moving it to the front of your wallet and making a real commitment for change. Then, what happens with all that carbon that we're buying? All the money that we're spending buying the carbon, because the relationship we have with these not-for-profits, is donated to the Marino Pietro Fund, which does innovative rainforest preservation projects. It functions like Kickstarter. So our cardholders get to vote on which projects they want to support. We put the money in to get the project going, and then under the supervision of our not-for-profit partners, those projects develop and eventually will have their own carbon offsets that they can sell and provide an ongoing source of financing. So we started up, projects develop and are managed, and then they're self-sufficient. And what do these projects do? They help address the underlying causes of deforestation. So they work with the local villagers to come up with alternatives to cutting down trees.
Now, do you have any active projects that you can point to right now where you've seen results?
The Marino Pietro is a startup initiative. They should be launching their first project down in Brazil shortly, and then we'll be launching our projects as we gain more card holders and start building up a pool of the funds to start those projects going.
You sound like the person who came up with the idea, and you must have an environmental background. So how did you get to this point?
I actually have a background on Wall Street. I was fairly successful working on Wall Street as a banker and as an analyst. And over the years, I decided to focus on things that were actually important to me, areas that I liked. And that started with green energy. And through green energy, I learned about the carbon markets and the important role that carbon offsets play in financing green projects. If there isn't money, if there isn't commitment, these green projects can't live. And from that, and learning about and working with companies who wanted to reduce their carbon footprint through the use of offsets, I wanted to develop a means for consumers to reduce their carbon footprint as well. And I want them to be able to do it easily through everyday action at no cost to themselves.
I see. Okay.
And that's why we came up with this card, which also has no annual fee, by the way. So it really
Wow.
doesn't cost you anything.
How do you make money off of that?
To try.
A card like that when you don't have now?
So we're a B Corp, which means we have put our social and environmental mission on equal footing with our, with profits and our financial goals. So right now, our primary goal is to actually do some environmental good. The funding for this project actually comes through your use of the credit card and through the fees that are generated between the bank and MasterCard
Interest, just
network,
like normally.
and, all the other things that happen with a credit card, except we're redeploying this money to do these environmental projects.
Okay. Well, I'm glad to hear that. I mean, I think people are more careful, or hopefully more conscientious about how they use a credit card these days.
Absolutely.
Given what happened back in 2008 and the circumstances of predatory lending that we had to deal with. But you're also giving people a little gift today. What are these mugs made of? These are interactive.
It's actually a biodegradable mug.
Good. In keeping with your
In keeping with
concept.
our themes, in keeping with biodegradable cards, biodegradable mugs, biodegradable, recyclable paper products when we were forced to actually use paper.
Okay. And you've also got a beautiful animation there that kind of reiterates your message. And well, welcome to Washington. Hopefully you're having at least a worthwhile time meeting some of the people
It's
that
always
come
a pleasure being in Washington and meeting with people who share our goals.
Indeed. So you're online, sustainedgreen.com.
Sustainedgreen.com. Come visit our website, learn about your carbon footprint, learn how you can make a difference, and learn about the card. Decide if it's the right card for you to apply for.
Thank you for your time. Really appreciate it.